Hey guys, this is Shubham Dikshit, and we are in the second lecture of cloud computing. So before we go ahead or move forward with AWS CCP related stuff, we need to understand what we had discussed in the first lecture. The first lecture we have discussed like cloud computing, right? In the next lecture, we're going to discuss kind of cloud computing. So if you see my Word document, in the Word document, you'll see clearly that there are this chart, okay? This chart represent whatever you need for your application to run, okay, or you to host, where you're gonna keep the storage, where you're gonna keep the servers, what and all kind of networking is required. So everything we're gonna discuss on this particular lecture. Just focus on this particular chart. So we have three type of cloud service that has been provided, and that we will compare with on-prem. So we have IAAS, SAAS, and PAAS, right? So this like infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. So I'll give you with an example, and I'll explain you what and all it does. Infrastructure as a service, if you go with the bookish knowledge, so what it does is like somebody will tell you it provides you cloud infrastructure services, but you won't understand with that. So what it does, it would allow you, and it would access your or monitor your computers. And if you go, I have noted down certain definition for that. It provides a network, raw network, without any configuration, a computer storage space for traditional IT services firm or traditional IT firm without any configuration, so that you can use it according to your need. Okay, so now what an example for this? The example, like the normal characteristic, like it is a pay to go service. So the amount of things you're gonna pay, and you'll be getting that particular services. You will get that scale of services, and so suppose you have a piece of single hardware, right? And on that single hardware, multiple users can work on, because again, it is kind of an infra that has been provided by, or a raw storage network that has been provided by a firm, right? That is why it has been called as infrastructure as a services. And it is useful for like a startup and small companies. It is useful for large companies, service-based companies as well, but few of them will not be using it, like suppose healthcare or healthcare client, or where data is sensitive, or banking client, or insurance client, or government bodies. They do not generally prefer it. So this is what, and within example, if I'll give you, if you have heard of EC2 instances of AWS, that works. Azure works with that. Google Compute Engine, like Google Cloud, works with that. So this is generally infrastructure as a service is, right? It provides you raw storage and networking space, basically with one body of physical machine, multiple users can access, pay to go kind of service. And these were the example. Now the next second terms you're going to come with is platform as service, right? So platforms as a service, if you're going to go with bookish knowledge, okay, it provides your platform and stuff like that, which helps you deploy and manage your application. But what it generally does, it gives the developer a already built framework, right? And you can customize your application. You can customize whatever you want to build on that particular platform, right? And the everything like server, storage, network, it is gonna get managed using, and even this particular framework which your platform team has provided will be managed by third parties. So you don't need to be worried about most of the things like network, storage, services, and middleware. These kind of stuffs you will not need to worry. And this is the basic thing. So it's like, if you talk about this, it kind of integrates your web services to database, right? That is one of the major advantage of this. And another thing is like, virtualization technology, it keeps building, and over there resources can easily be accessed by this particular platform as a service. And yeah, so few example of this is like, if you have heard of Windows Azure, or if you have heard of Google App Engine, which is for particularly Google only, or if you have heard of AWS Elastic Beanstalk, which we're going to discuss in our CCP program coming along way. Now, the very important term, I guess this term every tech person or every ID person has already heard of it, which is SaaS, software as a service. We have been seeing software as a service company, what software. Okay, this is the SaaS, this is the SaaS business gonna be this much by 2028 or 2030. What is SaaS? SaaS is software as a service. Okay, this is the full form of that. It is kind of a cloud. There are application, there are software that has been hosted or that has been called as cloud application services that that is kind of a suppose I'll give an example. We use Gmail, we use Salesforce, we use Cisco WebEx, we use Zoom, we use Microsoft Teams. These are kind of SAS, software as a service, like Workday, right? These are kind of the example of a software as a service. These are managed by third-party vendors. So Gmail is managed by Google, Outlook is managed by Microsoft, or Zoom is managed by Zoom team, or similarly, Salesforce managed by Salesforce. But third-party vendor, that means a dedicated team of their party are using it. But you can configure that when you've been buying that particular product, you can configure them at own whatever you need in your system, and then you can directly run on your web browser. No download install, download is needed, no installation is needed on the client side. You can just directly run it on your web if you want to. It's like a lot of things, a lot of advantages of it, of SaaS services, like pay to go. Again, the smaller startups and smaller firms which are just starting, they can use this particular services, pay to go style. The moment they need it, they can use it. The amount of that they need it, they can pay for that particular amount of stuff only. Every drawback, every fault, every bug, every defect, every installation, managing, upgrading process, that will be handled by third-party vendor. So that will be freeing up a lot of extra technical stuff which you need, right? So this is particular thing about SaaS, and SaaS is generally located on central locations. It is accessible all around the world in different zone over the internet, right? The example I've already given you: Google Workspace, there's the Outlook Workspace, there's Salesforce, there's Cisco WebEx, there's Zoom meeting. So this is generally three types of cloud computing we have. Now, if you go with this figure, you'll see we have, if you are working on premise, right? So you need to handle and you need to work on, and you need to take care of your application, your data, your runtime, your middleware, operating system already, and obviously you'll be handling virtualization services, you'll be handling, which can be handled by IAAS. Server, you'll be handling storage, databases, network, routers, everything you'll be handling. Cut to, if you go to software as a service, you just need to buy a product, right? And customize it on your own need. That will be customized by a third-party vendor as well, or you can customize it as well. And every service, you need not to think about it. No need of infrastructure, no need of dedicated technical staff, no need of daily monitoring of your servers, and how much money you can save running everything on SaaS. And these are PAAS and IAAS. If you just want to buy the amount of due to that some security, due to them some constant, if you just want to buy a little bit amount of these services, you can go with IAAS or PAAS. But I'm not saying on-prem is going to go somewhere. On-prem will be here to stay because of the sensitivity of data that has been around the world. If your bank account detail, if your stock trading detail, if you have insurance detail, healthcare client, government body, defense body, they're not generally going to go with SaaS or PAAS or even IAAS as well. They'll be on-prem, and they will be in the longer run on-prem as well. And even some of the legacy firms which already have developed these kind of large servers and large infrastructure, they will generally be going to stay on this on-prem thing. For newer thing, they can go with SaaS or PAAS or IAAS. So this is about cloud computing. I hope the type of cloud computing I'm here, I could address to you guys. And in the next lecture, we'll come and discuss something else.